Good afternoon, everyone. As you can see, we are here in front of, right here on Peachtree Street, right here in front of Peachtree Center, this Commons area. Downstairs in the food court, we had a critical incident that occurred around 2:12, 2:15 this afternoon, where 4 individuals were shot. One was the suspected shooter, and all individuals are still alive, and 2 are at Grady and 2 are at Emory Midtown. This was a critical incident that occurred that started with a fight, an incident between 2 individuals, and led to one of those individuals pulling out a gun and shooting 3 other individuals. More details are yet to come out in this, and Chief will give you more, but I'm just thankful for the very quick response of the Atlanta Police Department as well as the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department to be able to get there to help the wounded individuals, and for Grady Hospital and Emory to be there to be able to stabilize their conditions and to help these individuals. As time goes on, we'll tell how that stands. This is a busy area. This is where people work, and this is where people dine while they are at work. So lunchtime crowd was there, and it was a fairly active scene where individuals were just going about their day, having lunch and eating, and this incident occurred. We thank the citizens of Atlanta for remaining calm during this incident, and now individuals are able to go home. As you can see, Peachtree Street is back open. We thank our partners and everyone that's been involved in helping with this. Again, Chief Shearbaum and I were at the command center, our public safety headquarters, watching the scene unfold with the rest of the APD and AFRD leadership, making sure that things were safe. And so I will now turn it over to Chief Shearbaum to give you all of the critical details.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I want to thank the Mayor for quickly responding to the command post which was set up at Public Safety Headquarters as we navigated this emergency. Here's what we know. We do have a certain amount of clarity because of video that is available to us. At about 2:17 this afternoon, we started receiving a combination of radio traffic and 911 calls reporting shots fired inside the Peachtree Center Mall at the food court. We believe at this time that a 34-year-old suspect armed with a handgun had entered the food court, and after a brief altercation with an individual, he shot that individual. And then that perpetrator continued on to shoot 2 others that were in the food court. Injured is a 47-year-old male from Grayson, Georgia, a 69-year-old female from East Point, and a 70-year-old female from Atlanta. After the suspect had shot the 3 individuals, he was encountering an Atlanta police officer who was off duty, working an extra job officer. This officer is assigned to our Zone 1 precinct on morning watch. That officer engaged him, opened fire, was able, while the perpetrator still had the gun and citizens were still seeking safety, took that perpetrator out of the mix to be able to injure anyone else. And so I want to commend that officer, who I just spoke with a moment ago, for his brave action, his decisive action to end an imminent threat to this community. We had a number of agencies that responded to assist us: the Georgia State Patrol, the Sheriff's Department of Fulton County, the Georgia State University Police, as well as the MARTA Police. And then the FBI and the ATF also responded with resources. Since this is an officer-involved shooting, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation will take lead in this case. They will be gathering all the facts and giving us the information that we need. But I want to reiterate, one shooter, he shot 3 individuals inside of the food court, and an officer of the Atlanta Police Department acted decisively, placed himself in danger, and ended that threat to the community. And I want to commend the men and women of the police department for their work. And then behind me, I have a number of investigators that have been here gathering information that will be handing their work off to the GBI.
Yes, I can swear.
Yes, that is correct. As our mayor is pointing out, the person that we have in custody is a convicted felon. He has served prison time for an armed robbery, and he has 11 previous arrest cycles. This is an individual that should never have been possessing a gun, an individual that should never have placed this community in harm, but that an officer of this department was able to stop that threat. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Both Mayor and Chief, the idea that an officer was nearby and was able to respond in the way that he was able to and stop this threat before anyone else could get hurt. Could you guys go into that a little more? I mean, I'm sure both of you are proud, but can you explain that?
Yeah, we're very thankful for our extra job officers working here at this mall location at the Peachtree Center. He was there, he was on the scene, he was focused, he kept his mind about him, and he was able to bring safety to all these people that were in that food court by stopping this individual who had already shot 3 people. how many more could he have shot had extra job officer from Atlanta Police Department not been there. So we thank him, we thank his team members for being there to help assist and to be able to take that individual into custody and to bring safety to everyone else. So we thank him for being there. And we also thank this mall for having their camera system. The camera system allows us to be able to see what's happening, to be able to accurately know what occurred so that we can properly prosecute the individual that was involved.
Was this random? Or did he know the person he got killed?
I think the investigation will play that out. He did physically attack someone before he shot him, and so we're going to have to determine how did he know that individual.
And Chief, I know you just announced from last year how many guns you took off the streets that didn't need to be there. Does this just emphasize that need to keep focusing on getting guns out of the hands of people who never should have had them to begin with?
Right. This was a convicted felon that can't possess a weapon, should not, and we saw what the harm did. We have work to do, ourselves and our partners. And Ryan, the mayor said it best. This was an officer, as we watched citizens scrambling for safety, put himself in the line of fire to stop this threat. So it's something heroic to watch. And our partners, we want to thank them, because for a minute we didn't know that we have another shooter. And we had multiple agencies, the Sheriff's Department, MARTA Police, GSU Police, all responded to help us search the area, and we want to thank them for responding as well.
Chief, are all of the victims critically injured?
We believe everyone will survive at this point. Those that were taken to Grady Hospital were classified as critical. And I will say this, after we ended the threat in the food court, after you saw the courage of your police department, you saw the compassion of your police department. The officers knelt to their knees and immediately applied a tourniquet and started applying life-saving measures to the individual that had brought harm to that area and to the others as well. So both the courage and the compassion of our police department on view today.
Chief, what other details can you give us about the alleged shooter?
That is all we know at this time. Where we believe he's from. We do know he has previous arrest cycles. He is a convicted felon.
But Chief, the witnesses suggest that the last two people who were shot may have been shot at random, that they were not connected to whatever beef the shooter may have had. Do you believe that is correct?
You know, that's a possibility that we will know at the end of the investigation. We know there's a physical contact with one, and then there were two others that were shot.
All right, Chief, over there.
Yes. We will not know that until the GBI completes their investigation. We know there was one person firing at bystanders. We know there was an officer that returned fire. So two individuals that discharged firearms.
That does it.
Oh my.
Moments. It was very quick. You can watch how fast that officer sprung into action. I mean, had he not been there, things could have gotten worse. So he was there within moments, within a minute, you know.
The witnesses also say that the officer confronted the man and he was laying on the ground and was telling him not to reach for the gun before the officer shot him. Is that what happened?
So we can tell you that the individual was armed when our officers first encountered him and remained armed until another officer kicked the gun away.
And Chief, just to reiterate on the victims and suspects, you have the suspect and the victim at one hospital and then the other two victims at another
That is
hospital?
correct, sir.
Did you recover the suspect's gun?
It has been recovered. It was recovered by the officers, yes.
Can you describe what kind of gun it was?
It was a handgun.
All right, thank you, everyone.